Hey. Welcome. It's Friday Reads Live. And we're here to talk about what we're reading today, this weekend, and sometimes in the following week. Welcome, Teresa. You're the first one in the house. You beat Alicia. Usually, Alicia pops in first. How are you doing today? It's lovely Friday, except here it's not very lovely. It's cold and raining. It's like almost like 60 degrees or something. It's crazy cold here. Hey Tracy, how are you? How are you this lovely Friday? Mm. So, what do you, oh, Dr. Raymond's in the house. Welcome, Raymond. How are you? I guess now we won't be having Kay too frequently because I see that she's in meetings on Friday. Woo. Hey Alicia, you got beat girl today. Teresa beat you today. She was the first one in. Hey, Billy, how are you? Welcome. So, what's everybody reading? Um, oh no, you're under the weather. Oh, feel better soon. Um, I'll show you what I'm reading. New month, new books. So, I have started reading this one, River East, River West by Aubrey Lescure. So this is one of the shortlisted books for the Women's Prize. I'm already 40 pages in, and this book is good. It's real good. And I'm gonna be reading this one, which is Harlem Shuffle by Colson Whitehead. This one I'm reading for my Normandy book club. This is we're gonna be discussing next weekend. So got to get on this as well. I think I'll be able to finish it this week though, because it's only 100 pages. So it's not. These aren't long books. These are just like regular sized books. Let's see. This one is 339 pages, and I think this one is 320 pages. So yeah, I mean, I'll be able to knock these out, this week with no problem. So that's what I'm reading. What y'all reading? Okay, so let's see. Hello, Akila. Hey, Latrice, how are you? What are you reading? Have you over reading slump? Oh, you finished a book this morning. Okay, The Evidence of Things Not Seen by James Baldwin. Very nice. So how was it? Hey, Rosa, how are you? How was it, Raymond? Because I haven't read that one, The Evidence of Things Not Seen. I haven't read that one before. Mm. Hey, I'm Alola. Welcome. What are you reading? Yeah, that's what I've that one. I don't think I've even heard of this one before. The Evidence of Things Not Seen. Okay, Akila says reading One of Us is Lying, okay, by Karen McManus. I'm assuming this is maybe a thriller or a mystery. Not sure the way it sounds. Latrice said, oh, he's still in a slump. Oh, your son's son, but not so not sure what I'm reading mostly. Oh yeah, okay. I'm like, girl, how you gonna be in a slump and you're gonna be doing two readathons? Like how that work? Girl, you good. I don't know how you can do that. I wouldn't be able to pull that off. If you are, but if that helps you get out of your slump, then so be it. I hope it works. Tracy said she's reading Leaving C Street and finished Bits and Pieces. Bits and Pieces by Whoopi Goldberg. I heard this is pretty good. The Whoopi Goldberg autobiography. Mhm. All right. I'm a little reading Tar Baby. I love that one. It's good, Tar Baby. Alicia says out there screaming. edited by Jordan Peele. Okay, a horror short story collection. Ooh, Alicia, is this is new for you? I don't think you really do horror like that, or is this something? Or you've been doing horror? You saying been telling nobody? What's it like so far? It was good. Okay, still processing my thought. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, it's a 100-page essay. Okay, a 100-page essay. Yeah, he had it going on with the writing. Oh yeah, the Atlanta child murders. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, this must have been a very heavy essay to read, but I'm sure whatever he said in the essay was pertinent. And maybe even still pertinent today. I would think. Will you be doing like a review on this somewhere or writing maybe about it somewhere? Let us know because I'd be interested to hear what you got to say. Oh, you're reading Dr. No by Percival Everett and Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I also finished Telephone. Okay. And I'm not Sidney Poitier's. Yeah, I'm not Sidney Poitier. It's funny. Yeah, it's very funny that one. I haven't read Telephone, but I really did enjoy reading I Am Not Sidney Poitier. I don't know about Dr. No. I do own Dr. No and I do own, I think, Telephone. Somebody gave me Telephone as a gift. Um, so when I get back to Percival Everett, I think it'll be James first, and then I might move over to something older. I'm not sure what. Um, are you enjoying Daphne du Maurier? Okay. That's what I thought. Alicia, I don't do horror, but most of the stories are really good. Okay. I was like, horror, okay, okay, girl. All right, well, let us know how it goes. I want to hear, if this was a good experience. Hey Nicole, happy Friday. What are you reading? Teresa said Dr. No is funny too, and the phone was good as well. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm glad you said that Dr. No was funny because I hadn't heard anyone say anything particularly good about that one. I mostly heard people, saying, they didn't like it or whatever. But I feel like a lot of the times when he writes his satire, like for example with I'm Not Sidney Poitier, if you haven't watched Sidney Poitier's films and you don't really know, you know, anything about his films, then you're not gonna get a lot of the jokes that are in there. So I would assume that Dr. No is kind of similar. Like he must be using Dr. No as like a catalyst. So if you know a little bit about the storyline or the movie, then you'll find some of things funny. But yeah. So behind reading but Daughters of the Dust is it reads really smoothly. For me, I don't know. Yeah, it moved very smoothly. Once I started to read it, just pyong like this, pyong pyong. Um, I didn't have any trouble, because it's really it seems longer than it really is. But I guarantee you, once you get into it, it's gonna flow. Okay. Okay, so Tracy wants to know how Amalula is liking Tar Baby. Uh, yeah, it's like this. It's like a slow climb, like in the roller coaster. It goes like, eh, eh, eh. But it's good. It's really good. I'll be interested to hear what you got to say about the ending, though. Hey Birdie, how are you? Reading The Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams, and A Cozy Fantasy by Andrew D. Meredith. It's called Quaint Creatures and a Mythological Mundane. Okay, that's an interesting title. Okay, so Amala said she's just a pages in Tar Baby, but she likes it. Yeah, you're gonna like it even more once it gets revved up. You're gonna like that. Um, I think it's one of Toni Morrison's books that is not as read, from her older books. And I think that it's a novel that says a lot of things, but I don't know why people just don't gravitate towards wanting to read that particular novel. I'm not sure why. But it would be great to read for this month. It's Caribbean month, and Tar Baby takes place in on a fictitious island in the Caribbean. We don't know which one. Hey, bookish introvert, getting ready to start the only black girl in the room. Oh Jesus, I don't know those titles of books like that. I don't know if I should. I'll just wait to hear what you got to say, girl. Tar Baby is one of the few books I want to reread. Feel like I didn't appreciate. Yeah, I will. The first time I read Tar Baby was in college, but then I reread it. I did like a read so lit read along a few years back, and that got me a chance to read it a second time. So I wound up discussing it with Michael and Tatiana and the gang, and I just was like, I just fell in love with the novel all over again. There was just so many things that just popped out and details, and I really liked it. It's really good. Uh, hey DL, how are you? Oh, you're busy today. Well, Friday seems to be one of those days now that people are starting to be more busy when they should actually not be as busy. Friday is looking like Monday. A lot of people now, so I totally get it. I try to keep my Fridays clear if I can. Um, Most of the time I just have to work in the morning and not in the afternoon. But today I got the day off because my students is testing, so I had the day off. But yeah, I get it. Friday can be be looking really busy. Mm, oh Jesus! Surprise! Surprise! Can you do this? Yeah, yeah. I know how. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that either because like when they be talk to you like on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, ain't nobody around. But everybody want to get theirs in on Friday. It's kind of weird. I don't get it. I don't get it either. It's easy. Yeah, I don't know what you're getting yourself into, girl. That title alone just makes me want to run away screaming and hollering away from the book. I just like I can't with these kind of titles. No. Yeah. Go do something. Yeah, I don't get that either. I mean, but that's like, I don't know, I guess that's just kind of weird office politics and work. Yeah, absolutely, Nicole. It should be at a last resort. But like if people actually, got those important meetings over when people are actually listening, because I think face it, I mean, if you're in a meeting on Friday and it's 2 hours long, who's really listening on Friday? Like, I mean, I don't know. Who's really listening? There's no emergency on Friday. That's what I said too. Like what happened Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mm. Um, and like I said, if you're in that meeting on Friday, your ass is not even listening. You just trying to like hold your breath and hope it goes away fast. So I always like look at, when I hear, people have meetings on Friday, just think like, why? Like, who wants to do that? It's like last minute. It's like, oh, I just didn't have any time. I didn't make any time to call you or tell you this earlier. So now I'm gonna bug up your Friday and immediately tell you now. It's like, what? 8 to 1. Oh my God. With meetings from 8 o'clock in the morning? Jeez. Ugh. Uh, I know they zoned out, child. And if they online, you don't even know if they're there. It does not need to be a work day, Teresa. Friday should be an off day. Like Literally, I think Americans just work too many hours anyway in the week. Y'all need to scale back to a 35-hour week like in Europe because it's just scale back 35 hours. You're getting the work done. You're getting the work done. You don't have to work 60 hours a week. Like, come on now. Oh, Jesus. That's bad. 8 a.m. Jesus. I don't like 8 a.m. working. That's not good. So has everybody told me what they're reading? Rosa, are you reading anything? You didn't say anything. If you're still here. Well, we know that's where Kate is right now in the meeting. That's what she said in her story. She's like, oh, they got these meetings on Friday. That's probably why she's not here. She's probably in a meeting. And I think doesn't Curly Q have a meeting as well on Friday now? Fridays now? I think she's not here either. So yeah, it is what it is. So for those who just came and don't know, I'm reading River East, River West by Aubrey Lescure, and I'm reading Harlem Shuffle, some Head. All right, so tomorrow's June 1st, and we're going to be starting Caribbean month. So there'll be Read Caribbean over on Bookstagram. So there's I think like a weekly thing set up. You can catch that on any different Caribbean content creators. They're all showing it, so you'll know what to post during the first week. Then it's different subjects second week, third, and fourth week. So there's that, and then there's going to be Caribathon with Karen from Runway Reads here on YouTube, but also on IG. And we also have Peter from Comfy Cozy Up. They both are on both platforms. Both platforms, YouTube and Instagram, and they're going to be doing a group read along, and there'll be some other things, but they haven't made the announcements yet. So I'm assuming they're making all their announcements tomorrow, since tomorrow is the 1st of June. So I'm looking forward to see what they will be reading for the read along for the month of June. Last year they did The God of Looks. That was a fantastic pick. It was really fun read, was perfect for summer. So yeah, it's I'm excited for Caribathon, and I just can't wait to see what they're going to be doing. Oh yeah, this one, River East, River West. This book is good. It like I mean, like I'm literally only on page like 36 or 37. I just read the first part, and I was hooked immediately. Like this book right here, good. It's gonna be interesting to see what wins from the Women's Prize, because so I've read Soldier Sailor, and that one was really, really good. But this one is really, really good too. So after this one, I have left to read Interpost and Brotherless Night. And I've heard only good things about both of those as well. This is gonna be a tight race this year for the Women's Prize, but a good book might actually win this year. So go figure. Okay, so Toni Moore. I had to buy another book to understand Toni Morrison. A roadmap to the novels. Is it though? I don't think any of her books are easy to understand. I think all of her books they require a great amount of concentration and analysis. This takes time. It's not something you do quickly. I think it's something that that you kind of get over many readings. So, 2, 3 maybe readings. You get a better, fuller picture. And if you're reading with other people, that helps you also to get to some of the understanding a lot quicker when you have group effort at it. But I don't think there's any of her books are easy. I mean, I have a preference of loving the bluest eye because I think I don't know if it's because it's really because it's the one I love the most, or if it's just because it was the first one I read. But I do recognize the complexity of the bluest eye. The storyline is told in a somewhat linear fashion compared to some of the other stories, but that doesn't make it easier, than, in my opinion. Um, oh, you read the latest Grisham, and how was it? 3 stars. Meh. Um, yay. Okay, so you're putting your books up. Yeah. Say Shongi, I have her new one. Yeah. Yeah, The God of Good Looks was a damn good read. She really did that really well, that book. What's her name? Brianna McIver. She killed it. She killed it. Tony throws some scenes in her books that throw me off. What book are you talking about though when you say scenes that throw you off? Because what I like about Tar Baby, the best scene for me, and I'm not going to get into details, but I'm just going to say the dinner scene. So if you read Tar Baby, you know what I'm talking about. The dinner scene is everything. And then there's another scene, but I won't say that because that kind of goes into spoiler territory. So I'm not going to say the other scene. Uh, let's see. Oh, in every mirror she's black. For book club, very nice. Okay, Rosa. I don't know if it's her debut or not. I guess, yeah, probably. Um, yeah, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it's a debut. Mm. Okay, Teresa said yes to the dinner scene, so you know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, that one is Song of Solomon is also a very complex one, but we discussed that one in the Read So Live book club I run on Patreon. We had a really in-depth, deep conversation um around Song of Solomon. And I hadn't read Song of Solomon in years when I had read it like there for the second time. And I think when I read it the first time, I didn't love it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. But when I read it the second time, I was like, yeah, this book is awesome. I really, really loved it the second time around. Hey, Celeste. It's the birthday girl. Okay, Nicole said, I think it was in Jazz where she had a scene. This white man gets together with a black woman in the forest. There's more going on, but I'm like, what that got to do with the main? Okay, I can't help you with Jazz because I already attempted to read Jazz twice and couldn't understand nothing that was going on in that book. So I didn't even read the whole thing. I think I read like a third and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I got sick of saying to myself, what the fuck is going on? And I DF'd it twice. So I can't help you, Nicole. I'm right there with you, girl. I don't know. I don't know. Mm, happy birthday, Celeste. Um, yeah, but you know, Tony, you gotta take it slow, easy, and take your time and try to analyze. Don't be too fast. But Tar Baby, great read for sure. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So, what's everybody reading for Caribbean? You'll see what I'm reading. I'm putting up a video tomorrow. It's in my box, so you'll see it tomorrow. You'll see what I'm going to be choosing from, more or less. Because it's really hard for me to decide like that, cut and dry, what I'm going to be reading for Caribbean month, because that Caribbean month, they're just, you'll see once all the videos start rolling, all of the reels are going to start, and you're going to have so many different choices. You're going to have old books, you're going to have new books, and you're going to be completely taken off guard about what you want to. You're going to read all the books, all of them. Hungry Ghost. Okay. Well, y'all gonna see my video. I already filmed it and everything. So I'm not gonna say here what I'm gonna be reading or what I'm gonna be choosing from. Just put it that way. Oh yeah, you should read White Teeth. That one is good. Birdie said, I think I might pick up how to say Babylon. Okay. Uh Shay says, I'm reading This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Okay. And The Fire Next Time. That's a good one, The Fire Next Time. Um, not about it yet, but I do. Yeah, it's hard to choose from because it's just so many good ones. Like some of my favorites, like one of my maybe big favorite is Edwige Danticat. I really like her writing a lot. Very, very good. Also Nicole Dennis Ben. I really like her writing a lot as well. And who else? Nicole Dennis Ben. Of course, Roxane Gay, another fave. Um, Emily Prophet, that's another Haitian writer, big fave. Um, oh man, I can't think of the other one. Um, mm, was another one that I really liked. Another one that I liked that I read a couple of years ago, like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, was no, not 5 years ago. No, 5 years ago was A House for Mr. Biswas. That was really good. The Book of Night Women, another one of my favorites as well. Love the Book of Night Women. Love, love, love that one. Real, real good. The Book of Night Women, but then there's also uh mm, there's also Woman of Endurance, Daughters of the Stone, and Women A Woman of Endurance. Both of those are really, really good. Then there's also trying to think of what are the other ones that I've read that are really, really good. Um, oh, how the one armed sister sweeps her house. Ooh, that one was good too. Intense but good. Mm, Kofa, yeah. An unpopular opinion. Read My Cousin Rachel from last week. Why? My cousin Rachel is good. What was wrong with My Cousin Rachel? I like My Cousin Rachel. Urban Killings is good as well, but it's really long. Most people won't even attempt it. Yeah, we read that in the book club, in the Read So Lit book club, a couple of years ago, and it was just poignant. Woo, child. Intense, but it was good. Yeah, the ending was satisfying. Yeah, I agree, but it was intense. Um, but why? Why? It was so good. Pam Pam, my cousin Rachel. Okay, I prefer Rebecca. It's my favorite, but I did enjoy my cousin Rachel. Yeah, I did a brief history as well. I just know a lot of people won't read it because it's very long. Um, but I think my ultimate favorite though is the Book of Night Women. That one is just so good. Oh, so good. The Book of Night Women. I'm trying to think. There are other ones that I've read that I thought were really. So for Edwige Danticat, one of my faves is Crick Crack, and I can't think of what the other one is called. There's also Jamaica Kincaid, excellent. Her works are really good too. Um, mm, what else do I have on my list? Mm, I'm trying to think. Other ones that I know because I've read them myself. Um, has anybody in here read Kingston Noir? That's one that I was considering putting on my list, but I was either considering putting King Noir or Havana Noir, and in the end, I decided to put nothing, none of them on there. Yeah, I have that on my list. I don't think I listened to any Jamaica Kincaid on Audible. No, I don't think I have. Um, there's some other ones that I read that I thought were really good. Okay, there was one that I read that I thought was really interesting. Caribbean. Okay, did anybody in here read The Mermaid of Black Conch? I did not like that book, not at all. Nope, didn't like it. And also did not like A Tall History of Sugar by Cordella Forbes. Hated that book. Horrible. Just awful. Yeah, just I mean, I don't know. A Tall History of Sugar was just all over the damn place. And none of it made any sense. Just awful, in my opinion. I would not recommend reading that one. And I would probably never pick up another book from her. Did anybody read Miguel Street? Because that's another one that I have on my hopefully to read on my long ass TBR. Oh, both of them yuck. So you didn't like the what is it? The Mermaid of Black Conch? I didn't like it either. There's just something that just it creeped me out profoundly. The Mermaid of Black Conch. Just something in my gut. I just was like, ugh, I didn't like it. I don't understand what people like about it. I don't get it. I didn't get a good feeling from that book at all. And I absolutely did not like A Tall History of Singer. And I was really disappointed because actually the beginning of the book is actually quite good. And then midway through it, this weird turn, and you're not coming back from that. You just went right off, you turn right off the cliff. It's crazy. Just totally crazy. I did like A House for Mr. Biswas very much so. That one is a really good one. V.S. Naipaul. Uh, I haven't read Breath, Eyes, May, but I hear that one is really good by Edwige Dontica. Uh, A Small Plot by Jamaica Kincaid is really good too. Um, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde is really good. That's excellent. That's an excellent book. If you haven't read that, top notch. Um, mm, has anybody read The Star Side of Bird Hill by Naomi Jackson? Has anybody read that book? Mm, yeah, A Trace of Sun would be that was it was long listed for the women's prize. A Trace of Sun by by Pam Williams. It was very good. It was pretty good. Yeah, Jamaica Kincaid. She got it going on. Another good one is Slave Old Man by Patrick Chamoiseau. That one is really good. It's a short one too. That one. Um, mm, let's see. Oh, Annie John, Jamaica Kincaid. One of my faves. That one. Annie John. Very very good. Small Island is another one that everybody talks about. Andrea Levy. August Town by Kai Miller. That's another one people talk about. Now, people talk about How to Love a Jamaican short story collection. I am getting mixed reviews on that one, so I don't really know what I feel about that one. How to Love a Jamaican short story collection. Has anybody in here read that one? If they have, do they think it's worth even, doing? Oh no, Keisha got to work all the Fridays too. Oh, you're reading The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin and Slide by Jill Hathaway. Happy reading. Hey, Keisha. See Now Then. No, I have not read See Now Then, but I don't think See Now Then is one of her better books, from what I understand. Oh, Passing Away, good, not bad. Okay, so that's just like meh. All right. Has anybody read Wide Sargasso Sea? I still haven't read that one. And River Sing Me Home, that's another one I haven't read yet. Mm, and Windward Heights by Maurice Condé. It's another one that is, a lot of people are interested in. And Island Beneath the Sea by Isabel Allende. Mm, yeah, the How to Love a Jamaican. I don't know. I'm not really drawn to it because I think I've seen one too many either mediocre or don't like people talking about it. I just kind of like put it away and I don't own it. So Christina Cook. Yeah, yeah, I don't know that one that well, but I think I've seen people talk about it. Oh, you only liked a few of them. Well, I haven't heard anybody say anything spectacular about that collection. And it's a short story collection, so that's why I'm staying the hell away from it because you know me and short story collections. And then of course there's the famous Black Cake, which everybody just was loving like crazy. I think it was last year, which I was just like, why? Um, Not good that book. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones in here. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, there's also this other one which I have not read, but I think I own that one. Is Love After Love by Ingrid Persaud. It came out in 2020. Now, this one also gets mixed reviews. There's some people that absolutely love that book, and there are people that are just like not feeling it at all. Yeah, there's also Ségur. Maurice Condé has an extensive backlist. You can't go wrong. Crossing the Mangrove, yes. Mm, yeah. So I'm not sure about Love After Love. It's gotten some really weird, funny reviews on that one. So I'm not sure about that being really worth it or not. Not sure. Um, let's see if there's anything else in here. Mm, yeah, it's terrible. Black Cake felt like it didn't feel Caribbean enough for me. Did not feel Caribbean enough for me. Was missing some spice. That's what it was missing. Mm, mm. Oh, that's another Jamaica Kincaid that's really good. Is the autobiography of my mother. That one is good. And also Annie John and A Small Place. Those two right there, top notch. Can't go wrong. And Lucy. Lucy's good too. Lucy's good too, but I think Annie John is more of a favorite for me than Lucy. Yeah, Segur is like big classic. It's That's like a modern classic. That one definitely for sure is a good read. Um Trying to see if there's any other ones in here that there's also France Fanon, um Black Skin White Mask. That's supposed to be fantastic as well. And controversial, B.S. Napal's Abandon the River. Uh, Another classic that a lot of people like is The Lonely Londoners by Sam. I think his name is Selvan. Um, you thought who was African? Who? V.S. Napalm? No, he's Caribbean. He's like got Indian roots. Nepal. Then there's also. Oh no, Billy's got a meeting. No, I'm so sorry, Billy. Try to have a nice Friday and a fantastic weekend. Bye. uh, Notebook of a Return to the Native Land. That one is Aimé César. So I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to read Amy César because it's super intellectual and it's just like I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, Frantz Fanon is from Martinique. He's not African. He's Martinican. Billy, oh no. Oh, okay then. So, okay. Mm, you're cracking me up. Billy. Okay, so yeah, no, Frantz Fanon is from Martinique. But there's the Wretched of the Earth and Black Skin, White Mask are his two most famous works to read. So um yeah, those are some right there. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Now, of course, a lot of people really are enjoying let's see. Um See, it's pouring down rain right now. It's ridiculous. A lot of people are enjoying Miriam J.A. Chauncey, who wrote What Storm with Thunder, and then she has her new book out, which is called, I think it's called Village Weavers. So yeah, and I think she has another book called The Loneliness of Angels. She's Haitian. Yeah, yeah, it is good. Yeah, it is. It's very good. Slave Old Man is good. That's Patrick Chamoiseau, which is a writer that I don't hear anybody talking about during, like, a lot of the francophone Caribbean writers are not really spoken enough about, I don't think. A lot of people are not picking up on those books for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Because the stuff that is translated is really quite good. So like Chamoiseau, uh, we have Emily Prophet, who's also Haitian. Um, then you also have oh God, what is person's name? I can't think of the name right now. Of course, you have Conde, Maurice Conde. So all of these writers are writers that you don't hear people talk about during Caribbean month for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, Civil Man is it's quite a sad little book, but it's very well written and it's very short. But it's very well written. Shozo is a fantastic writer. Um, the book that really got him really popular was, especially here in France, was Texaco by Patrick Chamoiseau. That book was he got a lot of popularity off of that book. An adrenaline rush, yeah, a little bit because you're like nervous the whole time you're reading, but it's beautiful. It's a beautifully written story. Definitely one it should be read for sure. And definitely, I would say definitely pick up Nicole Dennis Ben, but in particular her first one. What is her first one called? Because I can only think of Patsy for the moment. Uh, and with the sun. Here comes the sun. That's it. Definitely pick up if you haven't read Nicole Dennis Ben. Pick up Here Comes the Sun, which is her debut. That was her debut novel. Here Comes the Sun is so good, so well written. She does some fantastic writing in that one. So good. Definitely one to pick up. Beautiful book. I personally prefer it to Patsy because you can really tell that she has a capacity to be a very good literary fiction writer. She does very well in Here Comes the Sun. Patsy is good too, but it's a different kind of novel told in a different kind of way. Um, and it's slightly predictable. Maybe that's what it is that makes me not love it as much. but it's particularly the writing in Here Comes the Sun. I just was gobsmacked. I thought it was beautiful, beautiful, beautifully written book. Very well done for a debut. Uh, yeah, she's a bad mother. So that's not a reason not to read the book because she's a bad mother. That's even more reason to read it, in my opinion. You want to see how bad a mother she really is compared to all the other bad mothers you've read about. Mm. The mother in Here Comes the Sun is a bad mother too. I don't know what to tell you. She's not a good mother. The one in Here Comes the Sun. I mean, I'm just saying, she's not a good mother. I'm trying to think, is there anything else Caribbean that could be good? Mm, no, I mean, I feel like that, I feel like the idea that you have stories about bad mothers is just a reality of life. Not all mothers are good or are perfect. And we talked about this one Friday about this idea of reading about bad mothers and bad fathers. And we were all listing all the books that we could think of that had bad mothers. And we listed off quite a few books with bad mothers in them. So I just think that it's more realistic to expect that there's going to be a bad mother or bad father thing in a book because, like, okay, so you read about a good mother, nothing is going to happen. If the mother's good, not unless you're going to make the dad bad, or something. So I just feel like that's just it's a dynamic, just like we have those dynamics in books where you have like dynamic of father daughter books are just as interesting to read. And it doesn't necessarily mean the father is bad. Father could be bad, but it's the same with the dynamic of books with mother and daughters. The mother isn't always essentially bad. Mother can have some faults, let's just put it that way, which would be realistic. Or you can have really like the bad mother one, so I just think it's a dynamic that writers use to help, further their story or talk about some issues in the book that specifically deal with mother daughters or even mother sons, because that's another dynamic, completely different the way that's treated. Bad fathers can be interesting, I think. I think they can be interesting as well. It just depends on the way the book is done and in like what is it trying to show? What how they're trying to develop these characters through the idea that the father's a bad father. Like what are we, taking away from it, So I don't want to be too categorical about saying I don't like those because I don't often think of books in that particular way. I usually think of them as a whole with like I didn't like it. I didn't like it because of this. I don't usually say I don't like stories about, bad fathers or bad mothers. So but if you're that kind of person and you don't like reading stories about bad mothers, then don't read any of Nicole Dennis Benn's books because they all have bad mothers, you know. Now, I haven't read any bad fathers recently. Have I read any bad fathers recently? I don't think I've read any bad fathers. There's a bad father in The Daughters of the Dust, but like it's not the focus. That's not the full focus of the book. So, but we will be reading about a bad mother in July because we're going to be reading The Darkest Child. Now, clearly, we're all going to be traumatized apparently from reading this book. because everybody that's read it says it's traumatizing. So, yeah, we're gonna see. So what? Bad women? Wait, bad women aren't interesting to you as well? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure. Wait, let's see. Curtis just finished Hold You Down by Tracy Brown. 5 stars. Very well done. Okay. Almost done with The Defender by Ethan McKiley. A 5 star. That's definitely 5 star read. I was about to say, come on now. Because that book is fired, The Defender. Uh, yeah, Roselle. I guess that's the mother that's in The Darkest Child. Why is being a mother the ultimate no-no for a woman? Bad women is a trope I like in a book. Oh, okay. Bad women is a trope you like in a book. Okay. We have had time to prepare our minds. Nah, 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 nah. You got to get your mind right. Okay. You think we've had time to prepare for this, but I have a feeling we haven't because I have a feeling we're going to start reading that book and that comment section for that read along is going to be on fire because we will not have our minds right yet. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Get your mind right because it's going to be that kind of book. Oh yeah, I agree with Pam Pam. It's the idea of being a bad mother that's seen as the no-no for women. Exactly, because there's always this thing, I don't know, by the fact that because we birth life, that it's hard to believe that a woman could be a bad mother. Like that doesn't go together. But yeah, mothers can be bad, mothers as well. They can be mean and they can be, yeah, I agree, Amalola, but there's a lot of people in their mind because women produce life, that it's something that for them they don't feel that it correlates. But it's like, well, no. I mean, a mother can be a bad mother like a father can be a bad father. Yep. Yep, they are judged. I think they are judged more harshly, women than men. Because you know how you can tell? It's how you can tell. So you know how you get those stories where the child, it could be like a child that's like 9 or 10 years old, or a teenager, has gone on a rampant, um, killing spree in his school or something. The first thing they want to do is say, "Where was the mama? What was the mama doing? How did he get like that? That's her fault. Why wasn't she there? She should be at home with the children. This is her fault." That's the first thing they say. They don't say nothing about where was the daddy, because why? The daddy can cover up over the fact that he's got to be at work all day. So it's almost because he's at work all day, the excuse is he's not his that's not his thing. It's the woman. It's her fault. That's usually what happens. That's how you can tell that we're not judged at the same standards as parents. Yep, I agree with you there too, Pam Pam. A lot of people feel like if you're a woman of a certain age and you don't have children, there's something wrong with you. And I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I think everybody, decides if they want to have children or not, just like men can decide if they want to have children or not. Nobody says anything about the man that doesn't have any children. So yeah, not being judged the same standards is something that is I see this quite a lot. Yeah, you're correct, Nicole. Men can put themselves first. Yeah, and I think it's rude when people do that. Like, like, why would you question someone and say, "Oh my God, at your age, do you have any children? Why don't you not have any children?" Like, as if though it's like, "What? You don't have a car? Why haven't you got a car?" Like, what the hell kind of question is that? I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm not from that school of thought that, all women have to have children, all men have to have children. I'm not from that school of thought. I'm like, for the open school of thought, if you feel like you want to have children, then have them. If you don't want to have them, then don't have them. And don't harass the people that don't want to have children. Don't tell people because they don't have children that they're selfish and X, Y, and Z. That's some bullshit right there. I don't believe in that. But that's the kind of stuff that you hear. It's rude and it's unnecessary. Um, Yeah, well, they're asking more and more about people's uteruses in a minute if freaking Trump gets back in office. All the women go, I feel like women need to go on a sex strike. Yeah, everybody in America, all the women in America need to go on a sex strike. No sex until they get all of that fixed properly. To be back to, being able to control our bodies and to be able to, if you need to have an abortion, you can have that. Go on a sex strike. That shit will change so fast. I can't even tell you. Yeah, it's the same. Why are you not married? It's like, what kind of question is that? It's crazy that. Oh, that's such bullshit. Who will take care of you? Child, let people out here that got 5 and 6 children. And when they get old and guess what? All 5 and 6 children skedaddle. They are nowhere to be found. Okay. So I don't know where it says that because you got a bunch of children that you're gonna have somebody take care of you. That's some bullshit right there. I can tell you right now. I believe that because I don't know where people are getting that from because there are plenty of people out here whose kids don't even want to see their parents anymore. Okay. So that's some bullshit right there. I mean, when people start saying that, I'm like, nah, you're not being realistic there. You're not being realistic at all about that. Yeah, absolutely, Rosa. You're correct. I think you're correct about that. Religion plays a big part in that, but I feel like it's gotten into the mers of society now, and a lot of people this is what they think is the only thing that you can do is that you need to grow up, go to school, get married, have a certain amount of kids with the house and the dog and the car and all the rest of it. And if you don't, get that kind of lifestyle, then everybody looking at you with the side eye, like there's something wrong with you. And I just don't understand, because, we're in 2024 now. We're at a place where people can live their lives in all different kinds of ways, just like there's many ways you can skin a cat. There's many ways you can live life. Like I have two daughters. I have one that wants to be married and have kids, and the other one, she doesn't care if she gets married or not, but she definitely doesn't want to have kids. She's been very adamant. I don't want no kids. I'm like, okay, fine, don't have no kids. Not a problem with me. So I feel like if when you bring your children into the world, if you're not able to accept the life that they want to leave because you all you can do is get your kids, give your kids the base, and then they go off into the world and they make their lives. So that means you do the best you can for them when you've got them, give them their language, give them the education, all the rest of that, and then you let them go out into the world and you trust that they're gonna, go off and do the thing that they feel is best for them. No, nobody wants to come home for Christmas with some auntie and everybody else talking about how come you're not married, how come you don't have children once you are married. Like, no, nobody wants that. No, you're correct, Curly Q. Not everybody can handle that, but not only that, when people start saying that because you don't have any kids, you will not have anyone to take care of you is bullshit. Because you can have 5 kids and have nobody call you or anything for years. And if they find out that you're on your deathbed, they're not interested there. So to say that because you have kids, that's some kind of insurance that you're not going to die alone. I feel like there's more people that die alone that have kids than maybe people who don't have kids because they have other people around them. They have other, family members or other friends, close friends that they've made, for a long time. We have this synonymous idea that, with children comes this responsibility that that every child is going to take care of their parent. Now you know good and well if you're in here and you're a woman and you have kids, you know good and well if you have to have one of your children take care of you, you know damn well which one who will and which one who won't. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. You know good and well which one of your children that you can trust in your old age, and you know which one is just going to be scratching his head not knowing what to do next. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Yeah, like, oh, you're selfish because you don't want to have a child. But then if the person does have a child and neglect the child, then it's, oh, you should have never had children because you neglected that child. And it's like, come on now, make up y'all's mind. First, I want everybody to have a kid. And then when the parent winds up being a bad parent, then it's like, you should have never had a kid. Make up your mind, people. Which one is it? Well, the thing with the Harrison Butker thing is, I said all he needs to do is to wake up one day and find out his wife has left him for another man. Okay, left him for another man, a man who's maybe just as rich, but has more time to spend with her at home because he's gone half the time. So yeah, he calls her a homemaker because and he's happy about that. But literally, this woman is raising a child on her own. Just like when men go off and they're, doing, they have to travel for work and stuff, and then they wind up having affairs and eventually leaving their wife for another woman. The same shit can happen the other way around. When the man is, like a sportsman or whatever, he probably got women in every city as well. And then he finds out that she winds up leaving him one day. See, that would be the blip right there. That would be the blip right there. Yeah, the nuns even called his ass out because he was sounding crazy up there. Sounding crazy. Yep. Yep. There's Water for Chocolate. It was like that. And there's a couple of other books that I've read where the one of the children was like had to dedicate her life to taking care of the mother or whatever. I can't think of one of them was a classic. I can't think what it is. But yeah, for Water for Chocolate, that's definitely one of the things in the storyline. Oh, we're talking about what's his name? Butker's speech. Harrison Butker's speech about when we're talking about um we first started talking about, bad mothers and bad fathers in books, which then led us to talk about the idea that there is an expectation towards women not being bad mothers, but men not so much. Yeah, I don't get that. Why people see, I would be compelled to say, "Why are you giving me the side eye?" And I would force them to respond to my "Why are you giving me the side eye?" Because I say, "I don't want to have no children." That's what I would do. I'd put them on the spot with that bullshit. Will do. Yeah, because I feel like, yeah, why are you giving me the side eye? Like, why? Why you giving me the side eye for that? That's some bullshit right there. I would need somebody in full view. Why are you saying I'm selfish? Because technically nobody should be having that many kids, if any, because the planet is overpopulated. Nobody wants to talk about that though. So yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see. Um when we read the child, ain't that the truth? Absolutely no guarantees about who will bring your last sip of water. T- Tell it, preach it. You just don't know. But all these people out here thinking it's gonna be your 5 and 6 children. Mm, nope, can't be guaranteed of that. I would definitely, if they were giving me the side eye, I bet I would definitely. And why are you giving me the side eye? What's with the side eye? Yeah, maybe they do. That's an interesting statement, Teresa. That people wrap their self-worth up to having kids and being married. I mean, I think there's something to that. Instead of just sort of living life the way you want to live it, and okay, I'm married and I have kids, or I'm married, I have kids and I don't want kids. And then it's kind of like, going on, but not judging others by what you're living yourself. I think, well, I mean, I don't know. I think we're just in a period of life right now where everybody's getting judged all the time for something. And I feel like that is, uh, that has been the issue. I would say 2019, 2020 brought out this, okay, we got to judge people all the time. And it's just, you know, it's too much. Well, I think it's a little bit more complicated than just cutting down trees. We're going to have probably islands are going to be completely flooded out. We're going to have some serious weather issues, much more serious than what we're having now. We're going to have a water issue. There's water issues in, a few different countries, where they're trying to say it's my river and try to block the river from going to any other country, which is like, we're going to have drought issues and water problems, and there are a lot of environmental issues that have a lot to do with overpopulation and food production. And it doesn't help that we're growing food that's not even real food. Yeesh. Yeah, it's exhausting. Yeah, folks need to be able to do what they want to do and not be judged by that. But we're still in a period where women are judged harshly on almost everything we do, whether we get married or not, whether we work or not, whether we're doctors or teachers or nurses or maids or bus drivers or whatever. We're always being judged by whatever we do. And this is an issue. Ooh, you almost had a tornado. Oh, Jesus. But it is tornado season has already started. I think already. And I think hurricane season will be starting soon as well. I think it's already started. Mm, yeah. Everybody's having weather issues. The weather is not what it's supposed to be, and it will not be what it's going to be because we won't leave our car alone. We got to get in that car and drive somewhere every day. I mean, here in Normandy, the weather is not extreme, but it's not right. It's we get way too much water when we shouldn't. The sun is beaming hot. Like when I came to France 30 some odd years ago, the summers in Normandy were like 26 degrees, 27 max, 28 in summer, and and that's during the day, and in the evening it would drop down to like 18 or 19. Now we're having full blown heat waves where we'll have for 2 weeks straight 42 degrees day and night in Normandy. That's not normal. That's not normal weather. That's crazy. Yeah, the pollen is a little bit crazy here too. Yeah, that's also a classic case of southern spring weather. We have that often in New Orleans. It is that rain, and in New Orleans, usually for the spring, when it rains, that's hard ass rain. Like the rain pellets down. If you're wearing a tank top, you feel like you're being hit with rocks on your back. That's how hard the rain comes down. And it will rain like that for a half an hour. It'll drop inches of rain in a short period of time. And then suddenly everything will just stop like that. And the sun will come out and it'll be hot as hell to the point where there'll be steam coming up off the ground after this hard rain. Girl, that climate change is real. Yes, it is real. It is real. So yeah, everybody should just get back in their corners and stop judging people on their lives. Just let people be. Let people be. Let them live their lives when they want to live their lives. Yeah, I don't like the tornado season, the tornado and the hurricane season. I just can't stand it. I don't like it, at all. That's the problem living in the South here with hurricanes, and it's just not fun. Uh, December to July, yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. So that's it. Have a good end of your Friday. Um, think about what you're reading for Caribbean month because it's all gonna start popping off tomorrow. Popping off on over on IG and also popping off a little bit here on YouTube, particularly with Caribathon. I'm not sure. I think Caribathon is going to start mid-month or something like that. It's not usually the whole month. I think it's like the second or third week of June will be Caribathon. But keep your eyes glued on Run Right Reads and Cozy Up's channel for for Caribathon info. And yeah, start looking at some of your books, and hopefully next week we can talk more about what people have decided to read for Caribbean month. I'll be interested to hear what you guys come up with. So I am going to go off and get to my reading. I'm gonna get 1 hour reading in before I have to have dinner. And I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.